Three, two, one. Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to Inside Movies Galore. I am your host, David Streggy, and here in the room with me, I have once again actor Scorpion um, from uh, from Africa. Last time we were
Yes,
last time
I understand that.
we got into where you're from and a little bit of some of your some of your history in acting. Oh, here we have another moment. Last time if I remember correctly, we discussed that he was his mother was from Ghana and his father was in Nigeria. Give us ourselves a couple of moments. Sometimes the connections can be weak, but we will be going on in just a moment. So sometimes the connection is weak, so let's give him a moment. Hopefully, everyone is doing okay out there. I know it's relatively quite cold out there. There at the moment, but I'm not sure exactly um, what it's like. It looked like it was relatively sunny over there. So um, looks like it might be a couple of moments before he comes back on. We will attempt to try it again. But last time I pretty much got that he'd gone through some extensive training before he was noticed by several directors, and then he became part of Ninja Productions. And I think he told me, that he was part of 15 productions. Here he is. Yeah, it'll do that from time to time. Sorry, my friend.
Yeah, man.
So, last time we kind of covered some of your acting career under Ninja Productions. And you told me that you had been
Yeah,
you told me that you had done 15 productions under or 15 films under him, correct?
exactly, exactly.
And one thing I wanted to
Yeah,
ask
I did
is
15 movies, 15 films with him
and one thing I wanted to
before
ask
leaving his production.
One thing I wanted to ask about that era, really quick, was what was the most important film for you under under Ninja Productions that you had acted in? Did you hear me? What was the most important film that you acted in under Ninja
I
Productions?
can just choose B14. B14 was, yeah, B14 was the movie that has brought me this far. I can see because through B14, the name Scorpion and the whole world got to know about Scorpion, Scorpion, Scorpion. So B14 projected me higher from where I was. So
Okay.
B14 is a movie I can talk of.
Now, from what I understand, you just got off. Oh, and there he goes again. But B14 was a movie that I had been told about. Um, and from what I understand, B14 was a film that it looks like he didn't put it on this, but B14 he did probably around 2015, 2016, thereabouts. So yeah, okay. Scorpion also told me that he also mentored a few people um, during the times that he was not acting. So after Ninja, I know he eventually did. Um, I think he said he did like 8 films with Mortal Kombat. Um, so give us a moment here. We are having technical difficulties, probably more on his end, but that is okay. I can time fill. Um, I believe that he was also in a version of the Terminator. Let's see. So some of the oldest films that I have seen him in, or at least know that he's been in, is Action Girl and Kiowa versus Ninja in 2013. All right, so we got you again. um,
Yeah, I'm
so
sorry. I'm sorry for that, Blake. I'm sorry for that, Blake.
not, not a problem. I am totally understanding of it. So how many films have you
Yeah,
been
like I
in?
was saying, okay, asking total movies that I've shot so far or films. I've shot over 500 movies, over 500 movies, and with Ninja I shot 15, but out there is over 500 movies.
which is a lot to accomplish in your young years. So after Ninja, what did you end up going and doing? Where did you go from there? Where did you go from Ninja Productions?
Yeah, from Ninja, I have a couple of productions that I'd wanted to use me during when I was with Ninja, and immediately I left. Yeah, from Ninja Productions, I didn't join any production, so I was being featured from one film to the other, one film to the other. So most often I worked with several productions across the nation,
Okay.
because then I became the hot kick in the action section. So all productions needs me every now and then. So I didn't join any production till now because I was given the opportunity to be featured in several productions. So I rather stay at home and than to go out there. I mean, all I was doing was featuring, featuring for other production as well.
Okay.
Because they had
And you
wanted to use me, they had needed me during that time when I was in Ninja. They wanted to use me seriously then, so they couldn't have a chance to use me then.
and what was the next
So as
important
soon as I left
production?
Ninja Productions, so they knew I was out there. So man, this is the time we need to make use of him. So every productions ran after me during that time.
Okay. And what was the next important production? At least, oh, there we go again. So we're getting snippets of conversation here. That it sounds like he went from production to production, where he was needed most, and ultimately that is when he became Scorpion. Um, but I figure we'll get a little bit more of that when he comes back on. But yeah, it sounds like he just went with the flow of things. Wherever he was needed, he was needed. And my next thing that I want to ask him once he comes back on is um, what what the what the next production he thought was a good one to talk about. That all right. So the next thing I figured I'd ask you about is what a film do you think is was an important one for you after Ninja to Ninja Productions that is an important one that you think should be spoken about?
Okay. I think at the I think we have this movie, an international project that I did with Vice Japan. It was a Japanese project. That is African Kung Fu Nurses. This is one of the
Okay.
international movie that I did so far, and also a movie called Genesis of Ashanti, and the international movie, which is African Kung Fu Nurses. We
Okay.
shot with the Japanese crew from from Germany. So it's a German Japanese project. They had a production over here in Ghana, and was directed by Ninja as well. And
Okay.
it was a very massive one. Was a very massive one, and it's still trending over in Japan. It's been featured. It's been premiered over in Japan. Apparently, you can see the poster all over. Mm. African Kung Fu
Okay.
Nurses. Is a Japanese story. It's a German story, uh, done in an African way a little bit, but it definitely is a German story. And it was written and directed. It was written by Sebastian Steen and his
Okay.
crew. So when they came over down to Ghana here, we had a production. It took us some months before covering such project, and it was a very difficult one, and it took us time for training as well. We had to go through a series of training before covering that project over here in Ghana. And we also did a premiere over here too in Ghana, and it really went well. And in
Okay.
fact, the viewers and our supporters were really interested in watching the movie. So due to the COVID, we've not been able to premiere again here in Ghana, and the premiering also is still going on in Japan and also in Germany as well. It's going
Okay.
on well over there.
Okay. So, how long does a production normally take? Does it normally take months, or can it take a a matter of days sometimes? As far as production, how long can it last for you as an actor?
Yeah,
You,
sometimes days. And with me being on set locally, the local movie that we shoot over here, sometimes, the director and the crew normally make schedule, shooting schedule. So for a month, for me, I last 2 weeks, maximum 2 weeks on set.
okay. And you just recently finished production on a set, correct?
Depending on the story. If the story is that complicated and very full of actions and thrills, I have to take my time. So more often, I take some days to rehearse with the characters as well before shooting. So it normally takes me 2 weeks.
Okay. Um.
They wouldn't like to keep me longer on set too. That's how they do.
Okay. So
Yeah,
after that German Japanese
yeah. I
production,
just finished shooting a combat, my Syria section, which is on my YouTube channel.
okay, cool. After that German Japanese production, what is the next biggest production that you can tell us about that you went into?
Can you come again, please?
Oh, uh, what was the
Yeah, no, it
next?
is only one so far. We did one with Vice Japan. That's the only one we've done so far. National
Okay,
production.
what was the next one? What was the next production that? Oh, there he goes again. So that was kind of cool. He told us about a German, Japanese, and African film that is apparently appearing in Japan at the moment, and but because of COVID, um, they aren't able to premiere it in um, Africa, so it's premiering um, right now in Japan. So that's kind of cool. That was with Ninja Productions. Here he is again. Oh, and we lost it. But that's the way it's gonna be, folks. If you don't know by now, uh, I'm assuming that it's because it's a bad connection, but we're getting snippets, and I'm fine with that. I'm fine with whatever we get because each time that he's on, we get a little bit more, and trying to see, because I started to get to know him in 2015, um, and it's been kind of a rough ride for him, because about a year ago, um, he actually had assassins come to his house and try to like murder him. Um, so eventually, I want to get that story. Um,
Like you ask, which movie have I done after African Kung Fu Nazis?
yeah.
Yeah, I've done Genesis of Ashanti. It's one of our local story developed in a modern way and in an adventurous way. It's a historical concept, and it was done in our own modern way and with modern different costume, but though it's an epic way. And it's an epic adventurous story that we did, Genesis of Ashanti. It talks about two Ghanaian clan, and which developed war due to a particular golden horn. So my kingdom, I was a king. In my kingdom, I had to wage war against the other kingdom
Okay.
in order to retrieve the golden horn. So it was a nice story. It's on an app which is being aired over there, and it's a serious movie.
Okay.
It was really massive. The action and editing, everything was thrilling, interesting to watch. After Genesis of Ashanti, I also did currently that was 2 years ago. I did Heroes of Africa. It's a movie which is currently winning award across Africa, and also I think over in UK also. And currently we just won award from Nigeria. That
Okay.
is Heroes of Africa.
Okay.
Tetekwashi. That's one of our
And
one of our historical story, which was shot
okay.
currently.
Okay. And where was that? Where was that shot? Was that a good
And in
location?
Tetekwashi, Heroes of Africa,
Okay.
absolutely,
And
absolutely perfect location for that story. Genesis of Ashanti was shot at a village in Kumasi, a very nice place. And also, Heroes of Africa, which is Tetekwashi, was also shot across the nation. Some part of it was shot at Cape Coast, Accra, Kumasi, Western region. We travel across the country to shoot all those, to shoot many scenes, because we had to go for the best location. So the locations were very, very, very perfect. It speaks
if you
about
could,
Tetekwashi, and Tetekwashi, according to our history, was the one who brought cocoa into Ghana,
okay.
and through him, we are now selling cocoa across the world massively. You are selling cocoa across the world. So it's about the origin of cocoa and how cocoa was brought into Ghana, and it was through Tetekwashi, one of our historical hero, and we shot that story, and it's winning awards across the country. It was directed by Fifi Gabin and also produced by Matilda Sari, our
Okay.
Ghanaian actress.
Okay. And if you could
And
choose, like,
aside that too, I also did another movie which is also trending in abroad and also I think on the media. The 80s. The 80s is also another movie which speaks about cuckoo as well. The cuckoo
okay,
talks about when that is the suffering of our cuckoo farmers and our cuckoo traders in our African, West African communities. You know, most cuckoo farmers are really suffering, and we traveled across the country. We traveled to Western region, some typical village, a very remote area to shoot. It's a very cocoa producing community that we went to shoot that movie, and we had a lot of experience about how they are suffering over there, how they are producing the cocoa, how their farmers the farmers are also suffering, and we exhibited the suffering. I mean the hardship within the community, that is among the cocoa farmers, and why they were also trading cocoa across the country as well. So it was a nice story as well.
okay. If you could
It's a
choose,
massive one. The
if you could
80s.
choose, if you could choose favorite
So these
scenes
are great
from,
stories which I've shot across the country, and it's even trending across
I, oh, so what I'm about to ask here is, I'm about to ask, what were some of his favorite scenes shot from the movies he just spoke to me about? So that is my next question. Because I like to get, um, from his point of view, what were some of his favorite scenes acting in them, and these sound like some very historical films about, the cuckoo. At least that's what I'll let it come in
and
here.
as well as the world. That is Africa Kung Fu Nazis, the 80s, Genesis of Ashanti, and also we also have Tetekwashi, which is Heroes of Africa. These movies are trending across, and also on my channel, also I also did a short film, which is Shadow, and also Battle of Vengeance. That's on my YouTube channel. It's also trending and it's moving on too.
Okay. And what were some of your favorite scenes from these productions that you've told me about as an actor? You know what I mean? What were some of your favorite scenes acting in these productions that you've told me about?
Okay, and yeah, Kung Fu Nazis. My favorite scene was a scene which I had to train my students. I had to train them, take them through series of training as a snake shadow skills, and also the last scene, the scene which I had a fight with, um, um, that is the killer. That is Sebastian. That scene, that end scene, which they raid my compound, my training ground, and killed most of my students and made their way. That scene was a very nice scene I did, and it was really very nice, very interesting as well. It took us a lot of time to do that scene, and it was very nice. And with Genesis of Ashanti, the scene, I was a king, and in my kingdom, I was shocked to see. I was using a different accent, an African pure accent, and it wasn't just like a normal English. And I had to go to African way of me speaking the English and a old African accent. That was
Hmm.
very interesting. And I also did. I shot a scene, the final scene, the scene that was the war scene where my clan had to wage war against the other clan to retrieve the golden horn. On that scene, I really love that scene. Very
Hmm.
massive. It was a very serious fight, very war, very big war, and also the scene which I discovered the golden horn. That's when my clan, my indigene, my people went on a barter trade with the other clan, and they had to retrieve. They came with a yam, which is, which is filled with dust, some gold dust. When I discovered the gold dust on that yam, I perfectly knew that there was this golden horn in their kingdom. So we have to wage war at them and bring back the golden horn and make our kingdom very great. So I
Mhm.
mean, those are the scenes, and every scenes I shot in Genesis of Ashanti was very great. And also, as at Kung Fu Nurses too, I really enjoyed every scene I shot because it took me time to go through all rehearsals and training as well. So every scene I did there was very perfect.
Okay.
And
Um,
Tekwashi,
is it
I really love the scene. I was a chief guard, a chief security for the where the cocoa is being produced. So I was a chief guard.
okay? Um, if you can hear me, is it true that you were in a
I'm listening.
version of the Terminator? Were you in a version of the Terminator? I'm because I know that you were in Mortal
So
Kombat.
in Tetekwashi, I was a chief guard who was in charge of the farm business. I was making sure that all workers within the farm, they work according to the rules, and also no one is allowed to take a pod or a seed from the cocoa farm. I can hear you now.
Okay, okay. Were you in a version of the Terminator at oh, so my next question is to ask him whether he was in a part of the Terminator made in Africa, and also uh, to see what productions led up to um, his apparent almost assassination. Um, so it's going rather well today, even though he um, is having issues. When he comes on, he's able to do definite snippets. So it's not like I can't hear him or anything like that. So were you in a version of the Terminator in Africa?
Yes, yes.
So why don't you tell me a little bit about that production?
I've shot. Okay, the wrist one. I've shot two Terminator in Ghana here. Two Terminator stories, and the first one I did, I shot with Taylor, is way back, I think, to 2016.
Okay.
And the recent one which I just did is an online
Oh,
line on a channel.
okay. and we lost him. So he's saying there's a recent one that he just recently did that is online on a channel. Um, and yeah, so we're just waiting for him to come back on. But I want to talk about some of the productions that are leading up to um, his apparent assassination, um, and what it was like for him. Um, I mean, to be an actor and to be at home and suddenly have like something violent happen to him. That's got to be something to be scared of in this business. Um, so we'll give him a couple of moments here so that he can come back on. It's definitely just waiting for the right connection, for the right moment and the right time. But I've definitely enjoyed listening to what he's talked about so far. But yeah, I definitely want to get a few more productions that he's put out recorded here. And I know that we have definitely been on here for roughly about 37 minutes or so. But I think this conversation is going pretty good. We're covering a lot of ground. That Japanese German production sounds interesting. But he'll be back on momentarily once the connection gets back. I like him as an actor. I don't know about you, but he's able to articulate certain scenes. Um, Definitely, it seems like he's a teacher on set with certain people. Um, he's probably got a long leg here. But yeah, here he is, trying to come up with things in between is sometimes chaotic. All right, let's see if I can't add him now. Alrighty. Sorry about the connection. So you were talking about something online with Terminator.
Mm. I'm sorry to our viewers too.
Not a problem. It's what it is, and honestly, whenever it's able to connect, we can get.
Yeah, Terminator is a new concept which is here to be online, and it was about about a group of scientists who were trying to introduce no, 4 months ago I was shot at my residence. I was shot and four strong armed men. They came with guns and also cutlasses.
And
They were
that was a
contracted to
year
wipe
ago.
me out. After I did a movie, Tetakwashi, um, 4 months after, I was attacked at my residence at dawn around 2:30 a.m. And their
Uh,
mission was to wipe me out. Yeah, that was a year ago. Their
yeah,
mission was to
that
wipe me out, and I don't know who contracted these people, and they I don't know. It's just to wipe me out of the system, out of the game.
and it sounds like the whole thing was all because of jealousy
And ever
of your.
since ever since I was attacked and injured, I've not been able. There has not been any action movie, even though they wanted me out of the system, and ever since.
Yeah, go ahead. You were talking, so go ahead.
Yeah, exactly. And I was also playing my role. I had nothing to do with anyone. I had no grudge. I had no fight. I had no quarrel with anyone. I've done nothing to anyone. I owe no one out there. But it's just out of jealousy and greed. And ever since I was shot and I don't know, I was on my sick leave and till date, there has not been any action movie out there which is trending. And they've not been shooting. I've got series of calls from series of producers who want me back in the system again because our action field and is not moving anymore. And yeah, it's not moving anymore. Just recently, Van Damme, which is a worker, is now getting into the system. Yeah, and so it's been doing very well too. So I'm praying that we all come together as a community and give her the best that we can offer. Because I still
Okay.
have a lot to offer out there, a lot great skills to offer out there, and I've been practicing as well. Since I recovered, I've been doing very well. I'm working hard, training extra hard. There's a lot coming out there again, a lot.
And what are some of the
Mhm.
productions that we haven't talked about that you think should be talked about that you've acted in? What are some of the things
And
that you've been
one
in?
thing about me, in most of my stories that I've been shooting, I don't have any
I was basically asking you what productions. Oh, there we go. He'll come back on. I'm basically trying to ask him if there is any other important productions that he's been part of that maybe the audiences can seek out. That um, a lot of the problem is being able to get these movies that they've done out to the rest of the world so that they can be seen. So
I was talking about I did my martial skills. I did martial arts purposely to defend myself, and also, just for self-defense. And I did that since 203, 203, 204, 205, 206, 207, 208, 209. I was still in martial arts. Though actively, I was in martial art for 6 years, since 203 to 209, actively in martial arts. And then all I learned was for self defense, nothing else. So So and before I went into filmmaking, I was a martial art. I did boxing as well before going into martial arts. And from
Yep.
martial art to, I never knew I was going to use it for movie. I was only doing it, just learning it for self-defense, and it even helped me during that time because I was attacked on several occasions by some robbers on the way, and I was able to find my way out. That was way back when I was learning it. That was 2 years after my studies, and I was just using it for self-defense, nothing else. So I wonder how, and due to that skills too, I was able to find my way out from my incident. This sad incident that took place a year ago. So martial arts has been my hobby. Hobby. That's
Okay. And is there any other productions that you've been part of that you think were pretty good stories that maybe maybe those here in the United States
But I would like,
haven't
I
been able
pray
to do?
that with my martial skills and my acting career, with the knowledge I have in acting and also filmmaking, I pray and wish that someday I can be able to
Oh, crap! There he goes again. My next question is: are there any other productions that you've been part of as an actor that you think should be mentioned while we're on the air?
heroes. That is Scott Akins, and also from this Chinese guy, Taiwan guy, Tony Jaa, and also Jay White, Michael J. White. These are my inspiration, and they keep inspiring me. I watch their movies every now and then. And also Jason Statham. These are my inspiration, and I wish someday I'll be featured in a movie with them, with any one of them, any one of them.
That that would be awesome. I would love to see you be like in one of these international films from the ground up that you come from. you know, um, but is there any other productions
Yeah.
that you think should be mentioned that you've been in that hasn't been mentioned? And I know last
Yeah,
time,
there's this movie, One Down. There was this movie, One Down. Yeah, it was shot with some other our local stars over here, and it was a very nice movie. I was an assassin. I played the role of an assassin. I was contracted to wipe out some business associates. It was just this story was developed from this Killer Bean. Killer Bean. Yes, this story, this concept was this a bit of Killer Bean concept. So I was playing the role of a Killer Bean in the story. So I was contracted to wipe some business associates, and somewhere along the line, I had to deviate from my mission, and also had to deal with some personal issues and come back to the main mission. So my boss had to wipe me out and contract another new assassin to deal with the business. So when I got to know of that, I then I have to ask for my money because I wasn't paid for about 3 occasions. So I had to demand for my salary. So he told me instead of him to pay me He planned on wiping me out with the other assassin. I had to go out there, kill the assassin, go back to my boss, kill his family. It was a very serious story. One down, one down. It's on YouTube. One down.
And where was that
It was a very
filmed?
tough one, very serious one.
And where was that
And
filmed?
also another movie, also No Retreat, No Surrender. No Retreat, No
Okay.
Surrender. It was a local story, also done in a local language too. Um,
And where were those two filmed?
One down was shot. It was filmed in Kumasi. 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 Yeah, one down was filmed in Kumasi,
Okay.
and the other one also was filmed in Kumasi as well.
Okay.
Kumasi, around Kumasi.
And if there were any favorite shots that you might have shot as an actor in those films, what would those be?
So most of the films I've done was filmed in Kumasi, because Kumasi has been currently, that of One Down was a serious and thrilling action movie. Thrilling action movie directed by one of our renowned director over here, Jackson Cabentu. Yeah, he's one of
Okay.
the best director also in Kumasi.
Okay.
One among the five the best directors.
And after No Retreat, No
So
Surrender.
Kumasi has been the foundation for most of our films in Kumawood, and
After No Retreat, No Surrender,
after No
what was the
Retreat, No
next?
Surrender, I've done a couple of movies, a lot.
And is there any
My
films
I've
that
done
you would
after No
say?
Retreat, No Surrender. I did that was I've done.
Go ahead.
Okay, those are the film that I can talk of, which you can watch internationally due to the language, and then
Gotcha.
also the other ones were locally made, done in our local language as well. They were all done in a local language, and though Tetekwashi was also done in English and also the local dialect.
Okay. Well,
So these are the great stories I can mention, and also currently I'm still working on that. Is the Battle of Vengeance. It's on my channel. It's on my YouTube. Scope GH Media.
okay.
That is Battle of Vengeance. It's a story about a politician who contracted an assassin to wipe out his fellow politician's daughter. Mm.
Okay.
And also
Eh,
the other one, Shadow, was about, it's a local story that talks about a demon from a demon's camp from another kingdom, who was trying to have a transition into human form, but the only means is to come through a child, and had to contract another boy to accomplish a mission to protect the child until some time before he can transform into humankind. It's a nice story. It's on my YouTube channel as well.
and I know that last time I asked you this, but
I
I
have a
wasn't
couple of
sure.
stories to drop after my training sections. I'll be dropping series of action stories on my channel,
Okay. Um, Now
and
you
maybe
worked.
very soon there's a story and international concept to perform, and I'm hoping and praying that it comes on, and I think I will brief you as well as time goes on.
That sounds fantastic. Um, Now there have been other actors and actresses that you've worked with before. I know I asked you this question last time. Who are some of the best people that you've worked with, actor and actress wise?
I didn't
Who
get you
are
well.
who are some of the best actors and actresses that you've worked with in Ghana?
I didn't get to it. Can you come again?
Who are the best actors and actresses that you have worked with in Ghana? Who are the best actors and actresses that you have worked with in Ghana once you come back on? Yeah. Um, sorry about that. From time to time, we have technical difficulties, and I was trying to um, relate to him since we're having some audio indeficiencies. Exactly what I wanted to ask him, and yeah, he did tell us about kind of sort of what went on, and that he's had trouble um, getting paid from uh, the stuff he does as an actor at times. In fact, he said there were three different instances where he had to basically go after his salary, um, which I don't think is ultimately the case as much here in the States. But it's definitely interesting and entertaining to know that it's not exactly, a kosher business. It's a struggle, um, and I think the fact that he was attacked is the fact that he was getting so popular as an action star, and they were trying to take him out of the business. Uh, Here he might be connecting. Device is not connected. Let's see. Ah, here he is again. And let's hope he connects. I'll hopefully.
Guy that I normally have fight with, and also, hope you can hear me.
I can hear you now.
Yeah, and the actor I can talk of is B Taylor. B Taylor, that is Maxwell Hoop. Maxwell Hoop is one of the best I can talk of because whenever I meet him on set and I'm working with him, he brings out the best in me. That is Maxwell Hoop, B Taylor, and also the next one is Walker Bentel, Watson. That is Van Damme. He's also a character who also brings out the best in me. And also this bumpy lady, Amanda. She's also our queen, the queen of action. She's really good as well. And also our late bishop, Bernard Nyakun, is gone. But he's still rest in perfect peace. And also Sly. There's this guy called Sly, and also he's a local actor over here. And also Bridget Sewa. Pakumenu, and just these are the few I can mention. And these are the few I can mention. And Matilda Sari, and also Bernard Edusipoku is also one of our prominent stars here. Also, I think Kobe Jumper, just few of them I can mention. And also,
Okay.
I think my Vivian, no, not Vivian, Ellen White, no, Ellen White, yeah, and also Emilia Broby, Acrobato, Acrobato, and also Messi Esiedu, and Nana Mama Brown. These are the best actors and actresses I can mention.
And
These are the people I've
you
worked with, and I'm really glad to work with them anytime.
you've worked with Yellow Man before on several occasions,
And
correct?
away from Ghana to Sebastian, I still really want to work with this guy again. He's so interesting, very good. He's a good actor, Sebastian Stain. Yes, and with Ty and his crew, that is the Vice Japan. I really still want to work with them again.
Okay. And you worked with Yellow Man
uh,
before on a couple of productions, correct? Robert Oku. Oh, probably one more connection should do it, and then I'll ask you about your channel and where we can find your stuff. Also, asking you about working with Yellow Man and his special effects. So yeah, we've been having a slight technical difficulty here, but I'm hoping to have one more connection here, so that we can have a little bit more into where we can find his channel and some of his possible references. I'm just glad that I was able to talk with him about certain aspects of some of the films that he's been in, and hopefully it won't be the last time because maybe we can talk about some more films at another time, and uh, maybe when he actually needs the publicity, so to speak. But I think after this one, this is enough to tell you a little bit about him and some of the life and times of an actor in Ghana, Africa. So Hopefully, hopefully I've done a good display once he gets back on here.
Um, I did a movie with Robert Pinto.
Okay. Yeah. Your video stilled for a moment, which we'll see whether it comes back or not. Your video has lagged. So you'll be back. Yeah, once we get a strong connection. But yeah, he's about to come on about uh it's been entertaining, to say the least. Um, so yeah. Um, as you can see, I am a collector of sorts. So, all right, now I am wearing a Psycho Ape T-shirt, which is one of the productions that was over here. So that was done, but done and directed by Addison Bennett, or and he's going to be doing this second feature that which is kind of cool. But yeah, just waiting for one more connection here, ladies and gentlemen, and hopefully we'll be able to get an ending to our interview. um or conversation. I always say conversation because whenever I say interview, it sounds more like an interrogation, you know. So, but yeah, it's definitely been entertaining. But he will be right back, ladies and gentlemen. Hopefully, hopefully we will hear from him one more time. It's hard to come up with some extra stuff to talk about during. But yeah, I think one more should do it. It's just a waiting game. Yeah, hopefully I'll be able to the next interview I plan on doing is with Donald Farmer. So other than that, yeah, I believe that I'll wait around a little bit longer. Scorpion. Let's see. Maybe I can find it here. Scorpion TV. I'm sure we can figure it out once he comes back on. It's one more time. It's just a matter of having him sign back in. If not, let me see. Let me see if he is. If you're just having difficulties, you can just tell me here, and I can relay it to the audience. I think that's all that I'll be able to get from him, at least today. I think I'll wait a little bit longer. Um, this last this last one, I don't have to this time. In any case, thank you for listening, ladies and gentlemen. It's been a pleasure, and I hope that it's been as entertaining as it was for me bringing it to you. Maybe I can get it going another time. Let's see. He's telling me he's looking at the message that I just sent to him. If not, I can bring him on another time in the future and ask him these questions. But thank you for listening. Have a great day, evening, or morning wherever you are. I appreciate the time spent here on the page. So sorry that we had so many difficulties, but this is a relatively new technology to Africa at this moment, and it's pretty cool that I was able to get what I was able to get. So, thank you for listening. hopefully check out some of Scorpion's stuff. I know that he's got some stuff online on his channel. And y'all have a good day, evening, or morning, wherever you are. I'll definitely be having some more cool stuff on this channel. So enjoy.